Now entering Nerdist.com.
You made it weird, you made it weird, you made it weird, oh yeah. You made it weird, you made it weird, yes you did. You made it weird, oh yeah.
You Made It Weird with Pete Holmes.
Yes you did.
Welcome, weirdos, to hands down the weirdest episode of this show that's ever been recorded. I gave it all this thought back and forth if I would do some sort of intro explaining my feelings or whatever, and I ultimately decided let's just leave it. Let it stand alone, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it. I will say it's uncomfortable. I will warn you, if you're listening to this on vacation in Vermont, and you're at a log cabin or perhaps in some sort of rowboat with a lover, this episode might stress you out a little bit. It's tense, it's intense, and it's incense. So let's just get into it so you can process it as I had to, as everybody involved had to. Here we go.
Well, all right, let's do this. Are you guys ready to meet the guests? Hooray for guests and fun. This first guy is the first person to do 2 episodes of a live You Made It Weird because he's one of my favorite people in the universe, and I just don't want to do these without him when he's around. Eric Andre, everybody! Eric, get out here! Yes! Hey, man. Yes. Bring that donut right up on stage.
Yes, this is my Pete Holmes impression. I can't do the material, but I can do the cadence.
I had a hat! I'm a man, and I had a hat! You know what I'm saying?
That's all I got.
I owned a hat! I'm a man who owns a hat!
That's all I can do.
Throw in a listen to me.
Just sounds like...
Listen! How many hats and cats? I own a man! I own a human man! You own a man? I own a human man! I keep him next to my hat! I look like lesbian Val Kilmer, and I own a man! Oh, man.
Were you going to do that?
Oh, no. I used that.
There are more obstructions.
I know. Can we get more... You know, one time...
You know what it is? It's the mom from Bobby's World on crystal meth. That's Pete Holmes. Don't you know? It's like T.J. Miller, the mom from Bobby's World, and bath salts all mixed together to do the Pete Holmes impression.
I had a hat and a man and a plan from Panama. Damn! The Midwestern accent's the most fun to do.
It is.
Pack a backpack with snacks, Jack. How many Y's were in there? 45 Y's. Also, Minnesota. They say Minnesota. You want a soda, Yoda? That's someone from Minnesota offering Yoda a soda.
My dad is my favorite accent to do. My dad is from Haiti, and he's like 100 years old and deaf in one ear and super spaced out. He just found out what Google is because he's completely technologically illiterate, and he called me up and he goes, now they have Google? Woo! You type one word in Google, bloop, bloop, 1 million words comes up. And then I see Shaba. My dad sounds like Simba from The Lion King.
He sounds like Simba. You're mixing your Disney, Eric. You're mixing Disney.
Sorry.
I want to do Haitian. Is it offensive if I do it?
No, I think it's great.
No, they got the Google. Is that right?
That sounds like a leprechaun.
Yeah. Stay away from my pot of gold. I'm from Haiti. I'm deaf in one ear and 100.
I'm from the island. Stay away from me pot of gold.
Shaba. Come to Haiti. Stay for the good luck. It's the rolling hills of Haiti. This is offending me. The rolling hills of Haiti. There's got to be one weirdo in Haiti that's like, time for my favorite podcast. Oh, no, not you, Holmes.
I have a thermal on. I'm on fire. Can I take this? Can I take this off, ladies and a few confused young men?
You're sagging your drawers.
Oh, yeah. It's a fashion statement. I'm from the streets of Boca Raton, Florida.
I had a man! Do you know what I mean? I own a man, You're sagging your drawers. I like that I said you're sagging your drawers and you had no problem with that.
What if I just continued derobing till I was butt naked but never mentioned it?
Did you do the naked stand-up show? There was a naked.
Yeah.
You did. I remember hearing.
I'm taking this off, too. It's going to be weird for a second.
For the listener in Haiti who can't tell why Eric's not quite on mic, it's because he's removing shirts. I've been told we're not supposed to call those wife beaters anymore.
No, domestic partner beater. In San Francisco, I'm progressive.
We are in San Fran. We're in San
Fran, and he has a civil union beater on. Yeah.
I was going to call it the wife ignorer. Like, just take it down a notch. Hank, I'm deaf in one ear. I'm from Haiti. Stay away from me, Lucky Charms. Okay. I don't know why we're all not laughing at that. The food truck out there has an LGBT, a sandwich. Did anyone see that? That's about as San Fran as it gets. Now you're putting clothes back on.
Very progressive. This is very hot. This is very hot.
Oh,
man.
that's like a...
Like Panama hot.
Is Panama hot?
No, I don't know.
Have you ever been...
Is it? Answers.
Somebody's in Panama like, time for my favorite podcast where I just feel so understood and known. They don't know if it's hot here. You know what's funny about having you on the show again is I was going to tell everybody that I didn't get to ask you what I wanted to ask you before, which is true. And what I wanted to ask you before was, is it true Jamaica is a place where people play?
Jamaica is a place where people play. I'm glad you brought up an inside joke that only me and you would think is funny.
Now we bring them in. What we do is we show them it's like a Tarantino film. Show them the ending and then bring them in.
And then bring them in? What?
Yeah. Well, you have one of my favorite jokes of all time.
Yes.
Which is about the show Cops.
The show Cops. The show Cops. Is it just me, or is reggae the most inappropriate music they could have picked to open up the show Cops? Because you can't put reggae and police brutality footage together. Doesn't make any sense. The intro to Cops is like, "You're under arrest, you old crackhead." Boom! Jamaica is a tropical island paradise. Mang, 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 mang. Suck my fist, tranny prostitute. Bam! Jamaica is a place where people play. Jamaica is a place where people play. Our national currency is the delicious coconuts. Cops.
So this is the thing. This is one of the wonderful things about being a comedian. We do so many shows together. Sometimes I'll do that bit when you're in the crowd. I'll go, this is an Eric Andre bit, and I'll do it for 15 minutes. I can't stop going, put down the needle, you tramp. Come and relax on white sandy beaches. The sky and the water are the same color. You're dead, child homeless. You're dead, child homeless, was said in a room.
We have the largest murder rate in the Western Hemisphere. Well, Jamaica's the least laid-back country, too. I love how it has this stereotype like, weed's legal, come lie in a hammock. It's really like, check out this AK-47.
Right. And they're incredibly homophobic.
And super homophobic, like neo-Nazi level. Our major export is rampant homophobia. Bing, bada, bang, 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 bang. Bra, bra, bra. We're not as laid back as everyone thinks we are. We're not the crab from the Little Mermaid. We're incredibly violent and murdering each other relentlessly.
He can only date lady crabs. Booyah! I can't do it.
I like that.
I'm
That's
getting
very Scatman.
Me and my friend Oren have an idea for a sketch where the Scatman tries to make a comeback. So it's just like popular music, like an Adele song, and then he's just like, fucking beat it, Scatman. It's a playground bit. You write playground bits. You can do them as long as you want, and we just made up one. It's Scatman's comeback.
Dude, my favorite deep thought by Jack Handy. Can I just totally quote another person that I've never met's joke before? Is that like where I'm just going to do popsicle stick jokes after this as well. The best deep thought by Jack Handy, he goes, I remember sitting on the playground watching all the kids running and screaming. Didn't they realize I was just shooting blanks? It's the fucking best. That guy was the best.
This is
Was that guy a real guy, or was it a bunch of writers and they used the nom de plume?
I believe they were.
Was it a nom de plume?
It was a nom de plume.
What is a nom de plume?
A
name with a plum?
I believe plume means like plumage, which means pen.
I really thought it was like a name, and then you eat a plum. You treat yourself to a nice plum.
My name is Pete Holmes. My nom de plume is Frank Durkin. Sorry, if I'm going to say it, I have to eat a plum immediately afterwards. And then you can trick them. You're like, hey, Frank Durkin, son of a bitch. I'm going to be shitting for days. Plums. Come and taste our sweet, sweet plums. Pick one from a nearby tree.
But not with another man, only with a woman. Don't even think about it. Nobody
we be jamming in a puritanical kind of way. Keep it real kosher. I don't know why I said kosher.
What is homophobia? Like, why does it affect you? Two men are on a date somewhere right now. Two strangers I'll never meet are hitting it off. Let's get them. What is the mentality? I will never understand. They just ordered ceviche and white wine. They have a lot of chemistry. Let's kill them. Their date is going too well.
That's the guy's fear. No, it's definitely a second date situation. Come and taste our tropical fruits. There's a selection on your bed, but only fuck a lady on it. Every time. I don't care about crowd reaction. That is making my life better currently. I'm filled with joy. We're burning down this ghetto. Then Jamaica is a friendly place. Land on the water and jump out. We'll throw your bags to you later. Oh, my God. I am on drugs. Did you go with a plain donut?
They had no plain donuts back there. I went with one.
That looks like
this is a fried chicken. This is actually a piece of fried chicken. It's fried chicken and bath salts.
I'm still kind of laughing about land on the water, jump out, we'll throw you your bags later. I'm still enjoying.
What is that?
That's what I just sang. And it didn't work at all. It didn't work at all. But I'm just going through the scenario where they land and they let you jump. They land and they let you jump out, and then later your bags come flying in the window. It's a 5-star resort. Oh, my God.
Surrounded with barbed wire because we are war-torn and not laid back at all.
Well, that's what you were saying about the offensiveness of Jamaica as a place where people play. Yeah. Also, you're being kidnapped.
You're being kidnapped for $25. Don't bother calling the embassy. We're not as laid back as reggae music is. Everyone owns a gun. Even 12-year-old kids own guns. Now, weed's not legal there by any means. When I was growing up, I was like, I want to move to Jamaica, legalize the ganja, y'all. It is super. They have like a zero tolerance policy on you can't even smoke a cigarette there. They'll cut your clit off, even if you're a guy.
Everybody has guns.
Everyone has guns. Don't smoke a cigarette or we'll cut off your genitalia.
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Time to listen to my favorite podcast here in Jamaica. Eric Andre, everybody. He's going to stay. Stay so close, Eric.
I will stay close.
You are my favorite. I am covered in tears of laughter and joy. This next guy is a real treat, and I love him. You'll know him from the show Delocated, or maybe you won't know him from the show Delocated, but he's the guy in Delocated, but he wears a mask, is what I'm saying. John Glazer, everybody! Get over here, you son of a bitch! Hey, man.
Hi.
Just for the people at home, John Glazer is dressed like Elmo. You're wearing. I'm not like a roast comic. It's just very cute and nice. Are you cold today?
Yeah.
It's very fucking cold.
Yeah, it's fucking cold outside.
Do you want a joke that I've been using?
Sure.
Could use some more inside lands.
Good writing. Good writing. That's all it is.
I don't get it.
Pretty funny.
I also got some mileage out of this. Neil Young, more like Neil Old. I mean, that's been killing. That's been killing. I'm reusing it, and I'm giving that to you as a gift. Not that you need it, but I want you to have it. How do you feel about this pocket? Because I love a pocket right there. Whatever I put in there, I feel like it's Jason Bourne's secret passport. What if the whole interview is me just bouncing riffs off?
I was about to say this is the best because I can sit here and relax and not say a word.
You're a magical man.
With a hat.
With a hat. This is the man I own. What's that drink? Looks like some sort of green drink. Wheatgrass has a shelf life. If you don't drink it within 30 minutes, you lose a lot of the nutrients. Do you drink fiber? Fiber is interesting because if you have like loose shits, it'll bind them. But if you can't shit, it'll expel it out. Hardwood floors make me think of my cottage in Falmouth. My family used to take me to Falmouth every summer. And we thought there was a ghost that would sweep up. We called it the sweeping ghost. And my brother would hear it at night and try to wake me up. But apparently I'm a very sound sleeper. And also, that's not the most arousing thing. Like, hey, get up. A ghost is tidying the cottage. You know what I'm saying? That's not a bit. That was just a riff, which is a good feeling as a comedian. When you put it together, it feels like, a dick and a vagina is what it feels like. It feels like coming home. Don't you think that people would be more accepting of gay dudes if you breastfed from your father? I mean, men have nipples, and everyone loves lesbians. The most close-minded redneck is like, fuck faggots, and then he's like, love me some lesbians. You know what I mean? He can't. You know why? It's because if you touch a vagina, if a woman touches a vagina, it's coming home. It's the second vagina she's touched. I know it's uncomfortable, but sex comes from our parents. Don't you agree? So, like, when you touch a vagina, people are like, that's okay. You suck on a breast. You fed from breasts. Everybody likes breasts. I think everybody's a little bit gay. Would you agree with that? You have a son. Is that right, Sean? How old is your son? I'm guessing by your age, you're like in your 40s, so your son's probably like 8 or 9? Lower, 6? Okay, six years old. Are you introducing him to any gender issues? Because I sometimes think if my father was like telling me when I was young, like, it's the coolest thing in the world to be gay, I would be like, I'm totally gay, Dad. You know what I mean? Like in the way that I tried to play baseball or like beer, that sort of stuff. I don't really like beer. It's the drinking to drunkenness ratio just doesn't work for me. Tastes like bread with like orange on it. Can I get a slice of bread with some orange in it? Who the fuck is telling us to like beer? Let's go to a concert where you're sandwiched in by people and drink something that goes in my Woody Allen and makes me pee That's a sweet callback.
Oh, that's going to be nice.
Yeah, I thought that was really
Woody
great.
Allen.
You should always refer to your penis as your Woody Allen.
Oh, it's his bladder. It's his bladder.
You're also on the show Delocated, which I think is pretty interesting. It sounds like when you pitched it, was it a joke pitch?
First, I just want to say that was extremely enjoyable for me. And
for the listeners at home.
very, very tempting to do it the entire time. But I felt like I probably should just talk a little bit.
I loved it.
But look, I would have been very happy to not.
Because it's a podcast, I will explain that John laid down on the floor and then went in the audience. I know you guys know this, but I do have to tell.
Just from, how we started, Pete was just doing, said I'm talking. I was like, yeah, I'm going to let him talk, and I'm happy to just not.
Yeah, it is.
But that defeats what a podcast is.
It is a little bit. I have a weird thing for us. I think it came down.
Solid segue. Really, just organic, seamless, natural part of as if it were part of the conversation.
Right?
Yeah.
What is that actually? Is that wheatgrass? That is a shelf life of like 30 minutes.
Kale.
It's just a greens powder blend that you add with water, and it makes a nice, healthy greens drink.
I'm always suspicious of those. How do they keep those greens, active?
I don't know.
But it makes you feel good.
I feel like I'm at least trying.
What's it called?
It's from a gym in New York. I think I don't know the guy's name.
A gym like a man named James made it, or
Andrew.
A gym.
A GYM gym.
OBGYM?
Nope. Just gym. Just
That's a gym where they
just
only have
GYM.
this machine. You know that machine?
Not that type of gym.
That really works
Nope.
the labia, that one. Or at least it works
Just
my
from,
labia.
it's from a regular gym where you can work out and exercise, and the guy's very healthy, and he
Yeah.
has a series of drinks and juices and stuff like that.
Do people ever throw you, that's how they get you? Because you're at the gym, and then he's like, yeah, you look like you're pretty winded on that treadmill.
I don't go to the gym. I just heard you can order them without being a member of the gym.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I've tried similar things. Eric Andre has a
You guys
question.
know that Morgan Freeman fucks his stepdaughter?
Yeah.
His 19-year-old stepdaughter?
I find her very
What'd you say?
attractive.
Does he use his Woody Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does nobody talk about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Because he's a national treasure, and he tells us about penguins fucking in such a delightful way.
I think it's
The
disgusting.
male penguins, they hold the egg, and then they protect it. Hi, guys.
Anyone else narrating that movie would be boring. This actually is a good segue, voiceover, because it came down to you and I for E-Trade.
Yeah, I guess I had heard that.
I thought that was an interesting story because we were in New York, and you're actually the person that told me that I got it.
Okay.
Thanks for being here. I'm teasing.
My
What
pleasure.
do you say? I just thought that was a weird topic.
Yeah, why
many
even
times-
bring it up? Quite honestly.
No, because it's the podcast. It's supposed to be. I see how I feel right now. I feel awkward. I feel embarrassed. I feel like I've let you down.
Now I 100% regret agreeing to do this podcast.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. There's no going back now.
But things are going so well for you.
I guess so, yeah. Certainly can't complain.
Are you bitter about the E-Trade thing?
I'm not bitter, but it's an annoying thing to bring up.
Yeah.
Of all the weird things to make your podcast weird, that's just
This is
why.
the weirdest it's ever been. This is a new record.
Yeah.
I'm feeling what can only be described as electricity in my cheeks.
Hey, let me publicly bring up a shitload of money you could have made that you didn't get, that I
Yeah.
got.
Yeah. I thought it would be really funny.
Really hilarious. Super
My
funny.
penis is shrunken into my torso. I'm so
It
fucking
should.
uncomfortable.
It definitely should. It
I am
definitely
Like a
should.
turtle going into his shell.
And yet I'm slightly wet. What's happened? What's going on?
What is going on? What is going on?
It's clear what's going on.
Is it real? Is it getting real?
Yeah.
Is it
It's
getting
getting
real?
really weird.
I sincerely
real.
apologize.
Do you remember when
Okay.
Jim Gaffigan almost punched me? And you were like, wow. I was like, was that real? And you were like, yeah, that was really
When did that
real.
happen?
That's how I feel right now.
What was that?
It was at Sweet. My heart is racing right now.
Yeah.
It's because you're trying to fix this. Go.
I was trying to fix this.
We're all hoping you'll fix it.
I'm probably going to make it worse. I have
what
the
if-
CEO of E-Trade as the next guest. So it's going to be really uncomfortable. No, it was at Sweet. It was at Seth Herzog's show. And I sat down where he was seated. I think he just went on stage and he didn't have that good of a set. And he was sitting right next to you, and I got up and left. Or no, he got up and left, and I sat in his chair. I didn't know it was his chair. And everybody was like, kiss ass, like brown nose. Like, oh, that's Jim Gaffigan's chair. You can't sit there. It's Jim Gaffigan's chair. I'm like, relax, everybody. He's not here, right? He went to the bathroom or some shit. And then he came back, so I was like, oh, is this your chair? Is this your chair? Is this your chair? Just as a joke, because I met him before, and he's super nice. And everybody else was so brown nosy around him. I was kind of making fun of everybody else. And then he was just like no blink, like fucking Gosling and fucking Drive. He was just like, yeah, it is my fucking chair. And I was like, all right. And I got up, and then he sat right across from me and just stared at me like serial killer, like Columbine eyes the whole time. And you were there, and you're like, no, hey, Gaffigan, he's a cool guy. You were trying to make it like fine. Nobody remembers. All right, well, that's how I feel.
Did that work, that gesture, that like, John Glazer, he's an old... I feel like you don't like this touch either.
I don't. I definitely don't. Your instincts are 100% right.
Can I actually
Wait, are you really? Were you sincerely upset about that before?
Upset about what?
About the
yeah,
E-Trade
it's
thing?
it's over.
About me being an asshole. I was an asshole.
About the
I
E-Trade
can't tell
what?
if you're fully committing, and then you're going to be like, it's okay. Let bygones be bygones. Or you were in that moment sincerely upset.
Upset about what?
About the E-Trade thing. When you brought up, you took a shitload of money from me. If that was
No,
genuine.
no. I didn't say that he took a shitload of money from me.
Yeah.
Just to
Do you like how I walked all this way to relieve the tension?
And then
I was
brought it right
you know what,
back.
Let's go back to it.
And then brought it right
bring it
back.
right
Yeah,
back.
I
Let's go
noticed
back
it
to
for
it.
sure.
Let's go back to it. Was it genuine, or are you just fully committing?
No, I was genuinely annoyed that it got brought up.
How do you feel right now? Is it slowing down?
No, because it keeps getting brought up.
It's being built back up.
First of all, I'm very impressed.
And just to make it clear, I don't think that you took it from me.
Right.
That clearly didn't happen. But
Right.
just to even just bring up in general, hey, it came down to me and you for
Right.
this fucking shitload of money.
Right.
Like, why even bring that up in front of people and make it public? That just seems like a really shitty thing to do, quite
in
honestly.
hindsight, it is shitty.
Okay.
And
I'm embracing it because you made it weird.
Right. But it's not you made the guest uncomfortable. So that's me fucking up big time.
I'm not even going to call it fucking up. It is what it is.
Can we roll the clip of the commercial? Will that make it less tense? Or will that
I'm very
fuel
impressed that you were so direct with me. If somebody insulted me that, or made me feel uncomfortable, I would just laugh, especially in a public forum. I would just laugh and be like,
I wouldn't even call it an insult.
yeah,
It's just bringing up something
awkward and stupid.
that to me is not necessary for public consumption, but
Right.
also not a big deal.
Right?
It's just the fact, but why even bring it up is my point.
Yeah, I think it's
To
because
even
I thought
discuss.
you were really doing well, and I thought we'd get like a little sound
Oh, I'm doing
bite.
well.
Yeah.
It's all working out?
Yeah.
I'm doing very well, but
Oh, good.
there's nothing wrong with having a fucking unbelievable shitload of free money
Right.
coming in from
Yeah.
voiceovers for an E-Trade baby.
You were so gracious. When I saw you, you were the one that told me. Do you remember seeing me? And you were really, really sweet about it. And I thought we would share that moment. Again, I'm bringing it back up. But that, I guess...
Well, that was probably just a moment where I probably...
hot in here?
Eric is taking clothes off and sweating.
Remember that Habitat for Humanity house we built in Jabanka and then we burned it down? That was pretty sweet, Eric. Is that awkward to bring that up? I'm so sorry.
It goes down to me and you. Down to me and you.
I think the anatomy of an accident is pretty compelling. I feel like a real jackass. And we don't even know each other that well, and I desperately want you to like me because I respect you so much.
That's, I think, what makes it worse.
That is what makes it worse.
Just the desperation
Yeah.
and the sweaty and
The what?
just the sweatiness of the whole thing and
The slayness?
sweaty.
Oh, sweatiness.
Very sweaty, yeah.
The mishearing. I was at Metallica last night.
Me too. This is a perfect segue to get off topic. Awesome show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking
You guys alive?
super kick-ass. What's that?
You guys alive out there? You guys alive?
When he said that?
Yeah.
He did say that a
kept saying
lot.
You guys alive? Woo!
I never knew we had to cheer that. There was probably like one dead guy that was like, "No, help me! Please stop playing Sandman." I feel the laughs are 90% bigger because of the tension we're pulling out of. Have you been doing other things? You just got here last night and saw the show.
Mostly been kind of... I've been walking around just checking out bands and also thinking about how much it sucks that I didn't get the E-Trade job. It's really been occupying most of me, and it's been making it really hard to enjoy the bands. So...
You're a fucking pro, man.
It's tough to enjoy.
We've run out of time because most of that was me just shit going up my throat, like a reverse shit coming out of my
asshole
face.
was so puckered. It looked like a fucking balloon knot.
It was like turbulence
between
on
my
a
butt
plane. It was, you know what I mean? That's when, in unison, all of our assholes will clench. We were on a turbulent plane. I think the crowd grew. I think
Listen,
word.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, no one feel bad. No one feel bad.
My throat and my asshole were trying to touch each other.
Okay, you know
They were
what?
trying to meet at my belly button.
Take a break for a second. I'm talking for a minute and trying to calm the audience down.
Sorry, sir.
Stop stealing focus.
Sorry.
I was very gracious when I came up here and I literally laid on the floor and let everyone talk. Now everyone shut the fuck up and let me say something to the audience. No one feel bad. It's part of show business. You're up for jobs with people and you don't get them.
Yep.
I can't complain right now. I do have my own show. I have 2 kids.
Yes.
Life is great for me, so no complaints.
1 6-year-old.
I have a 6-year-old and an 8-month-old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my wife and I adopted a girl, and she's adorable. And
From where?
She's domestic.
Oh, an American. Good for you. Adopt locally.
I don't like to discuss too many details because I'm so paranoid that somehow the parents will find out and know it's me, and oh my God, they'll try to find us. But she is an American baby, and
just put a mask on the baby.
So yeah, so that was if you did feel weird about it, that's fine, but don't feel bad because it's all fine.
Yeah. Well, I really feel a lot of love for you right now. I sincerely do, and thank you for pulling the nose up. And I feel terrible. And
don't feel bad anymore, at least.
Okay. Yes.
If you felt bad, I don't want to be glad about it, but I don't necessarily feel bad if you felt bad. But I didn't want it because then I started to feel bad because that's just unnecessary, to be quite honest.
Right. I just fucking can't get over your directness. And what you won't get, what the live show gets, unbreaking eye contact. You're like unmoving. You're like a statue of a man, decisive. You're testosterone. I love you.
Well, thanks.
Will you say for your friend, the next guest, just move one seat down?
Of course.
Come on, everybody. John Glazer, that was some fucking...
Thanks.
Showbiz pro, man. Thank you so much.
Of course, thanks.
And this final guy... One of my favorite friends. I can't wait to bring up some work he's missed out on. Brett Gelman, everybody. Brett Gelman. Yeah. Yes. Oh, here you go, man.
Oh.
How's it going, man? Can I?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I walked into a real thing, but no, let's move on. Let's not keep bringing it up. Hi, buddy.
Yeah, healing.
How's it going?
It's like I brought out a friend. Here's a friend.
Oh,
How
am
are
I
you?
a friend? No,
Yeah,
I am
you're
a friend. Sure. No,
Sure.
I'm a friend to everyone. That's me.
Is that a real life philosophy for you?
No, it's not at all. It's not at all.
Can you relate to the idea that you love everybody and hate everybody?
Oh yeah,
Isn't
definitely.
I feel like that's one of the feelings of being alive.
Yeah, I'm a very. There's very few people that I consistently love or consistently hate. I usually, I have to admit, I'd like to think that I am solid with my opinions, but a lot of the time it's how they just treat me that day, my last interaction with them.
Can I throw this at you?
Sure.
I think there's something about our lizard brains that's really stupid. I'll watch a video that says, like, some conspiracy, like the lizard people run the government. And I'll watch that and I'll be like, oh my God, lizard people run the government. Then I'll watch a video where it's like, lizard people don't run the government. And I'll be like, oh, good, lizard people don't run. Like, we're always
I don't think
so
it's stupidity, because I'm definitely not stupid. I'm a very intelligent person, but...
Do you think that?
I do. I do think that I'm intelligent.
You consider yourself a very intelligent person?
As compared to some, no. As compared to most, yes.
But I think it's interesting if you're.
I feel like that's just arrogance.
Huh?
No.
Fuck you.
Exactly. That's right. It's a terrible burden being right. I'm not saying it's not a terrible burden.
No, I don't know.
It's just interesting.
I'm kind of intelligent.
No, don't get me wrong. I
don't think I'm stupid.
You are intelligent.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to me.
But a lot of times I feel stupid. I do.
And nobody thinks you're thinking like you dominate every subject. You know what I mean?
No.
Some superhuman.
Far from that.
Like that Bradley Cooper
I think
pill
other
thing.
people think that I don't dominate any subject, probably.
Right.
But,
Was that a sex joke?
No.
The way you looked at
Would you
me,
like me to-
you kind of looked at me sultry. You're like, there are some people, and I'm like, he means his girlfriend. I don't know why. Who would say I don't dominate any subject, and I was like, vagina? That's really what that was.
My girlfriend jokes around, but I do think that my girlfriend thinks I'm intelligent. I would like to think so, having us, we've been together 3.5 years, so I'd like to think that she still considers me an intelligent person. Otherwise, she's really thrown her life down the toilet.
She's going to be the one,
are a
though.
wash.
She's going to be the one that would see you do stupid stuff because she spends the most time with you.
Yeah. No, I do a lot of stupid stuff. I become more of a moron, I think, around her at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Well, they know you through and through.
Right?
So
they get to see
They see every angle.
Yes.
See, I could con you. Somewhat to an extent.
I just told
but
you
not more, I couldn't ever con her.
John Connor? Okay. I'm very zero. That's fine. Live your life.
Yeah.
A Terminator 2 joke, 0. I believe you. I'm very gullible.
Yeah.
And I bet you're not gullible.
No, I can be,
You
but
can be.
I'm also not. I don't know. It just depends. I feel like I always think it's just what is happening
But that's what
at
I'm
that
saying.
particular moment.
That's what's interesting to me is you say I'm intelligent, and then when
Yeah.
we talk about it, you go I'm stupid as well. But I
Yeah.
think it's interesting that you choose to file yourself under I for intelligent.
I feel that if you try to define too much, you're liable to be disproven in the next moment after you think that you've proven that.
So isn't it smarter than to call yourself a dummy, which is what I do? It's safer.
No, I just like I'm me, man. I'm loose. I'm me, but I'm also tight, and I'm also really
You are
uptight.
incredibly contradictory, and I love that.
It's it's a paradox, man. It's a paradox, right? Isn't life a paradox?
I think so. Well, that's what I was going
Aren't
to
there
with loving everyone and hating everyone.
Right. Oh, she's so bored by this. She's leaving.
Oh, no, there's probably some show happening.
Oh, really? What show?
See, that's how my brain works, is you think she hates you, and I go, oh, maybe she saw a puppy outside.
What is it? What is it? But she decided to leave right now.
She's also the photographer.
She's the photographer,
Yeah.
so therefore she truly doesn't give a shit.
Like, she's
What
like, not
an
only do I not
asshole.
want to see this, I don't want other people to see this.
Man.
I think-
I go through that thing where I like, oh, I love people. I love, we're all like one and all that. And,
Right.
And then the next moment, I'm like, oh, people are just,
Right.
You go like on a hike.
Right.
And you see all this litter and trash. And
Yeah.
you're like, people are fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And then you go to a concert and you're like, oh, we're all like really enjoying this music together and this is so beautiful. And
Right.
then you see like a guy get in a fight in the parking lot, like in a
Right.
drunken brawl in the
Right.
parking lot. You're like, oh, fuck people. They
Yes.
suck.
But it does feel like a
So-
switch, right? Like, I'm very extreme. I'll go black, I'll go white. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I
we're
was-
extreme.
I was
but I don't think
sitting-
everybody's that extreme.
You don't think so?
I think that's being extreme.
Clap your hands if you're extreme like that, if you kind of feel yourself switching. Okay, so a lot more people are face of the Buddha. Very good,
Yeah, and
thank you.
And they don't know. None of us know. None of us can classify ourselves really.
Except as intelligent.
Well, I was joking.
Challenge.
I was being very deadpan when I said that. I was joking.
I know. I was sitting in the back, and I was sitting next to this guy. Ron Funches was on stage, and Ron Funches
Yeah.
is very slow. And this guy was sitting with his girlfriend, and I wanted to murder this man because he was guessing punchlines and stuff. And then people would laugh and go, so simple, the stuff that makes people laugh. So simple. So simple. I wanted to light him on fire.
Yeah.
So badly.
Yeah.
And then later, I like met a fan and was like, "You want a hug?" Same guy wanted to shoot a man with an antique crossbow,
Yeah.
and also wanted to hug.
I feel
somebody.
like in that instant, I might still hate that guy. I mean, like, you know what? I don't need your hug. I don't need your fandom.
Sorry, I had to read a sign and act like I wasn't reading a sign.
No,
Does that
that's
mean we
fine.
have more time than we thought? Oh, okay, great.
Oh, great. We can really jam out here.
Great. We can really jam out
Yeah.
here. I forget what I was saying. I do hate that guy. I remain in hate of that guy. But I also relate to that guy because what is he? He's a little dick, threatened man.
Yeah.
Watching someone do something special and going,
might have a big,
"That's
huge
not
dick, though.
special."
He
I know
might
he
have a
probably
gigantic
does.
cock.
He probably does.
Yeah,
he
he
probably
might.
does. I mean, metaphorically, little dick. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I mean, threatened. It's kind of like I have that joke about magic, and it's like just enjoy the show, just enjoy comedy. It's a bigger move. It's a bigger, like, real men cry sort of thing. Real men are tricked by magic. Real men are tricked by jokes. But when you're threatened and small and you're trying to make yourself seem bigger, you're like, Ron Funches can't fool me. Saw that coming. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I that whole real man thing is a front, right?
Isn't it?
I think for a lot of people, but then some people take that front to such an extreme, then you admire them in a way, like a biker,
But then
like a big, huge, like, biker who's been in jail like 50 times.
like Eric Andre? You think Eric Andre's a real man?
I have a vagina. Just a series of vaginas down here. All right, let's butt
Yeah,
fuck.
all right. Cool. See,
There's
the
so
law-
much caffeine in the coffee I drink. I feel like I'm on Molly.
But,
like I'm just like right before the Molly kicks in, I'm like just frozen with caffeine.
Yeah.
So if you see me not blink for 45 minutes, that's why. That's what's going through my head.
What's Molly?
Molly's ecstasy.
MDMA. It's just pure MDMA.
Pure MDMA. It's
What's MDMA?
MDMA is the chemical in ecstasy, like the main chemical in ecstasy.
Someone yelled happy. That's what it is.
Happy.
Happy.
MDMA is happy.
Not happy. Fake happy.
Yeah.
And then when you come down from it, you feel
real depressed.
Not happy at all. So I've been told. Told.
You never done ecstasy?
No, I did,
back in the day.
Back in the day.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
I want to start a band called Dr. MDMA MD. I want to start a band called Serotonin Machine Gun, because that's what's happening in your brain at the time.
That would be good.
I really feel like
I think
I'm
I
on
have low
coke.
levels of serotonin.
You mean you feel sad all the time?
No, I have OCD. So
in what
you're
way?
supposed to have low serotonin. Well, when I was a kid, it was like I had to do like physical rituals. Like I had a desk in my bedroom, and I had to like set things up on my desk in a certain way that all represented certain things, and if that delineated in any way, I would feel like I was going to die. What?
No, that's Sean.
You would think someone was going to die, or you would die, right?
It's funny because Eric was on the podcast
or
with
like
Sean
I wouldn't
Patton,
become successful or something like that.
and he told me that he kisses a sandwich or he's afraid his sister will die. Like before he eats it.
Sean Penn?
Sean Patton.
Oh,
and
Sean
he
Penn.
talks about that publicly.
Sean Patton.
I was like, wow,
Kiss a
you got
sandwich.
Sean Penn on your podcast. That's amazing.
I think it's pronounced Scene Penn.
Yeah.
It is Scene Pen.
No,
That's a deep callback.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. You do OCD because of a fear of a negative outcome, which
Right.
is usually like death or
It's an extreme
somebody you love
fear.
dying or the world ending or something.
You know what's
or
funny,
you
though?
not being a success.
Can I put this
later
to-
on in life?
That's very interesting to me. So, do you remember what the desk stuff were? What it was like living? It was being successful. Were there any like specific ones?
Oh yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Like,
well, I lived in the future when I was a kid because I hated my I was weird. So, I was always projecting into the future, and I always wanted to be a comedian. So, this is awful.
no, I bet it's really
so
interesting.
terrible.
Did you always know you wanted to be a comic?
Like since I was 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I
actor? I saw.
maybe make you feel less weird?
Yeah.
Is that Martin Short? I remember said that he used to do when he was around 6'8", like talk show interviews and talk about his fake TV career. And he said on a talk show where he was like, and it got to the point where I had to back off on TV work because I was working on my fake film career. So he would like set up his dolls and stuffed animals
Wow.
and do like Carson and stuff. So is this the area we're in right now? What did it mean? you were
Yeah,
living
to a
in the
degree.
future?
I mean, I didn't go that extreme with it, but
But you knew.
I wanted it to be. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And
what were you backing away from though when you said this is terrible? I felt like we were about to go into something really weird.
oh, it's not that weird. It's just like stupid and dumb. But they had this thing at my school, at my high school, called Focus on the Arts. And so if you did something in it, they gave you an artist ribbon. They gave you a ribbon
Yeah.
that said artist. And then I was a big Batman fan, like the early Batman movie, like the Tim Burton movies,
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
two. I love those movies.
Yes.
And I was a huge Danny DeVito fan. I am a huge Danny DeVito fan. And like when he played the Penguin, I had like the trading cards.
Yes.
And then there was some other stuff on my desk that symbolized other things. But I had to go from like top left to down right. Because top was up top, and then left to right was, this is so crazy, but like I had a fear that I was gay when I was a kid. So I had, they said something about like having an earring in your left
I remember
or right
that.
ear.
Yeah.
So if you had an earring in your right ear, you were gay, and if you had an earring in your left ear, you were straight.
Right.
So it was left to right because I had to start left because I'm straight, hopefully. And then
That is so interesting.
and the artist thing was like my future as an artist, and the Batman thing was like my individuality or my creativity or something. I don't know why that wasn't in the artist thing. And then or my weirdness, or which I held dear, I guess. And then and then it would always get messed up when the desk would get cleaned, and I'd like flip out.
Because your mom would wipe up your future, basically.
Yeah,
Mom, you threw away my future.
I'm not going to be a success.
Yeah. That's
and,
wild,
I'm
man.
fucked. Yeah, no.
Eric Andre has a question.
So Morgan Freeman, like,
he went to like a Thanksgiving, and his son was like, Dad, I'm getting remarried. She has a daughter, blah, blah, blah. They're all at Thanksgiving. And then what was the transition like? Hey, you want to get coffee sometime? Or how do you begin to date and fuck your stepdaughter? What's step one?
So,
What
is the need? What is the need?
What is the need to
Yeah,
fuck a stepdaughter?
you need to get laughs right now while we're talking about this.
Oh, no. It's going to get fucking
You're
real.
uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable with silence.
Is that the new
You're
thing?
uncomfortable with
Is
silence.
that the new thing? Is this
You're
the new trend?
uncomfortable with silence.
Is that the new trend?
I wanted to be a
But
forest ranger time traveler.
why do a non sequitur while I'm talking about something about Morgan Freeman fucking his stepdaughter?
Were you?
Why do that?
That did happen earlier. It was weird.
Callback.
It was.
It was a callback. I
It was
heard
a-
it.
okay,
I
you
heard
did-
it was
okay.
a
I mean,
callback.
how do you get there?
Here's my interpretation. I feel like it upset you. My interpretation is Eric knows we're near the end of the show, and he wanted to get a laugh to bring us out.
Right.
But
I've never been scolded for trying to make a comedy show funny by another person who does comedy for a living. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening? Why am I grounded?
Well, you're sitting in Jim Gaffigan's chair, first of all. I don't know
For
what
the
fuck
closer,
your
Jim
problem
Gaffigan
is.
comes out, I put my fucking tooth on the edge of the stage and he curbs me. That's the new comedy.
Well, you interrupted a story.
What's that?
You did interrupt a story.
I thought you were done with the story.
I wasn't.
I thought he was.
I don't
done
mind
too,
if you are funny. I think you're very funny.
Thanks.
But I was talking.
Yeah, there's nothing
Oh, I'm
wrong
sorry.
with.
Let's
Oh,
tell
okay,
the
well,
story.
continue. Please continue.
What fucked up thing happened during your childhood?
I slept in my parents' bed till I was 10 years old.
Did you really?
That's my darkest secret, yeah.
Did you really? Did he say that before he
No.
came on?
no.
No, that's real, man.
I didn't know. I thought your story came to an end.
It wasn't over.
Oh,
That's
I
why I was
apologize.
mad. I don't
I
mind you being
apologize.
funny
Hold
while
on.
I'm talking. I don't
did
mind
get
us
called on.
riffing.
Go ahead. Continue.
Anyway,
I haven't taken a breath for like 5 minutes. What? Okay. So that ended when the desk ritual.
yeah. That ended when I started smoking weed in high school. I think that. And then it just became internalized.
Wait, you
Right,
still
it
had
started
it? I thought I was about to
fear.
hear like a beautiful story about how THC like freed your mind, and then you'd like.
It just
didn't-
made me stop. I made me too lazy to do the rituals. Basically. So it just remained contained in my brain.
So the desk is inside now.
Yeah. It's inside. And
This
it's
was-
still
thi-
in there. It's still in there.
And it's still left to right.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have a fear of being gay, though.
No.
That's really interesting. I was trying to remember if I had a fear
I
of
mean-
being gay.
No, I did. Well, it was just so presented that it was so bad.
Right. I haven't thought about that
And then,
left ear,
you know-
right ear thing in a long time.
Yeah, and then I get older and I'm like,
But this is what we were talking
I'm
about
Gay, I'm gay, whatever.
in the trailer. Was you did this amazing rap, this like very hardcore gangster rap, which you
Right.
don't remember doing. But I was there, and the chorus was you just screaming, "Everyone's a little gay,"
Right.
and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that. But I mean, I think that that's true. I don't know. I mean, we just don't know. I think we put too much importance on our orientation. Who gives a
Right.
shit?
Yeah, just fill up some holes.
Fucking fill up some holes, man.
Pick some
Fucking
holes and fill them. Whichever
fuck-
one's grip
fuck
it right.
Whoever, whenever, man.
Yeah.
Do it up.
Emotional connection.
Sex, love, right?
There you go.
That's what it's all about.
Brett. Guys, this was hands down the weirdest episode we've ever fucking done. We had thrills, spills, chills. I thank you, Brett Gelman. One time for Brett Gelman, everybody. And let's
you.
close this out. I usually ask everybody to say, keep it crispy. This will be interesting. Eric, do you
I
want to
feel
say?
like I'm grounded. I feel like I'm on a timeout.
I think you're a man.
I'm not allowed to eat Skittles for a week.
That would have been a really nice spot right there to then go. And I just want Wendy. That seemed like a nice spot to bring it up.
The Morgan Freeman moment right there would have been good.
What makes him?
That would have been
You're
good.
done with your story.
Honestly,
What
Eric.
makes him?
It's a misunderstanding. It's fine. We can get mad at each other on stage. It doesn't matter. We're still friends.
This should be called "You Made It Healed and then Opened It and then Healed It and then Opened It" with Pete Holmes. That's what this episode should be called. We couldn't let it go.
But
I've
none
heard
of it's
scab.
healed.
Let it go.
It's all opened. It's all open. None of it's healed at
It
all.
is-
Nothing is healed.
I want you to be
It's all
healed.
constantly open.
Salt
It's
in
gaping.
the wound.
That's why we continue to do this, right?
Honestly, Eric, I just went up to her and said, "Look at these freckles, baby. Do you want to do what the penguins do?"
When did they first fuck? I want to know everything. I want the entire timeline.
I've never wanted someone to say "keep it crispy" more.
Keep it crispy.
Yeah, Jackie Case.
I have a feeling somebody on this panel is not going to say it.
No, I
don't
believe
know.
that's going to be.
I don't know
real-
why I said it.
I think that's going to be a real reconciling, redemptive moment, and that's what entertainment's all about.
I disagree.
Keep it crispy?
Yeah, you can say it as a question. Glaze.
So this is why am I saying this?
We end every episode. Keep it crispy just means kind of like live your life, be happy, be crisp, stay crisp.
If you saw Firefly, you'd say keep it shiny.
It started as a joke, and it's like kind of an anti-catchphrase. We don't really have catchphrase, but it's like now we just have everybody say it because it's so stupid. So if it feels stupid, you're in the right ballpark.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
Just because I don't want to just, I don't want to just sign a contract before reading it first. So I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna just I'm gonna split the middle.
Okay.
So
Yes, yeah.
They are hugging.
Yay! Hug it out. Hug it out.
We hugged for those of you listening.
What
That
an
might be top
emotional
5
roller
hugs of
coaster.
all time.
Is this podcast episode ever going to air?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
love this shit.
We
Real
did not
feeling.
press record. We
go
did not
through,
press record.
that would be weird. We go through so much of our life not feeling anything. I'd like to be someone who administers a feeling, right? Even if it's a bad
I'm not
or
sure.
weird
I
one
mean,
at
I don't
times.
know. I feel kind of bad now.
Oh,
that,
about
that I laid into Eric like that. He's got a point. You know, he was just being
Hug it out.
funny.
Hug it out.
It's a hug.
Hug
It's
it
a
out.
hug.
Yeah.
And a kiss. I'm getting in on it. Yeah. And that fucking foot.
Are you single?
Wow.
Are you single?
there we go.
Are you single? You're not?
And that fucking
Cute butt.
photographer left.
She didn't know.
Say, keep it crispy.
Big dick. Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
no, that's not what I said to say.
Oh, sorry.
Was it a big dick? I didn't see
I
it.
didn't see it. I didn't
Oh.
see it. He tucked it before I could, compare his to mine. Keep it crispy.
Oh. And the audience, you guys want to say, keep it crispy? Keep it crispy? Thank you so much, everybody. One more time. Eric Andre, Jackie Cation, John Glazer, Brett Gelman. Thank you so much, everybody. Outside Lands, you were great.
That took a year off
Come
my
say
life.
hi if you want to come say hi. I wanted to give you a pair of kicks.
Yes.
Remember?
Very ugly.
You didn't like them at all. Well, I bought them a long time ago.
I like them.
No,
I like
you don't
them.
have to like them.
I like them.
I bought them
for
because
myself.
I thought it was novel. Mm-hmm. I didn't really intend on wearing them. I have a couple pairs of shoes like that, like the Agassiz.
No,
the
wait.
Nike
First off, I want to
Agassiz.
say it was down to me and you for the E-Trade baby.
No, you are the funniest. You are the funniest. You son of a
And you
bitch.
beat me out, and
You
I've always
son
resented
of-
you.
No, it's worse. He didn't resent me, and then I brought it up, and he resented that. You know that campaign is over. Me and Glazer should go out for a tuna sandwich. There's no bad blood with me and that fella.
He's right behind you.
He is an intense dude.
The thumb cut to the neck motion.
He's an intense mofo. Nobody thinks. Everybody knows he's hilarious, and everybody knows he's intense. It might be equally true. That we're, of course, referencing the first live podcast we did outside land, San Francisco, where I, somewhat to fans of the show, notoriously asked John Glazer how he felt about it coming down to he and I for E-Trade. And his eyes went what I can only describe as Columbine.
Yeah, he went to like a Deliverance kind of fucking banjo solo went off in his brain.
It was the scariest. I'm writing down shoes because I'm going to finish that thing about shoes. It was the scariest, one of the scariest days of my life.
Terrifying.
And this is why I've told you this. I've texted you this.
You opened up strong. You said Neil Young more like Neil Old.
I did.
That was a strong start.
With him?
No. Just
I just said
general.
that to you
During the show.
In the show.
Yeah.
It was a fine show.
Yeah.
But you remember, and I'm happy talking about it. It was like at noon. Metallica was the night before.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's hungover.
Everybody was hungover.
Yeah.
I was hungover.
Yeah.
And I remember going out,
spot.
and it was a great crowd. They were very gracious and stuff, but I went out and they were like, I could tell that it was noon.
Yeah.
And everybody was out real late the night before, the morning of.
Yeah.
So I went out and I was like, this is fine. You do a couple bits up top and you're like, yeah, this is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Bring out the E-Rock. E-Rock and I do Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica. Just crush that joke into the ground.
We can't stop hitting the Jamaica ball back and forth. In fact, I like when it says on the paper, it says Jamaica. It's also, I misspelled it because I was talking to Katie.
It's a map of Jamaica. Right now.
I just want to talk to you about Jamaica. And then, it was you, Jackie Cation, and then Glazer. Mm-hmm. And somebody said I went off on the wrong, stepped out on the wrong foot because the first thing I said was he looked like Elmo. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? Because he was wearing a red,
that
hooded.
That didn't go well.
That wasn't good.
But that was a playful jab. I mean, it's a comedy show.
If you came out in coveralls, I would make a jab.
Yeah.
About whatever color they are. If it's purple, I'm going to call you Grimace.
Yeah,
if it's red, it's playful.
Yeah.
Oh well, there was absolutely no. But that was the first time. I'm doing a lot of yammering. How was it for you?
It was intense. It was intense. I felt so uncomfortable. My butthole puckered so much, and my throat closed up. It was like my Adam's apple and anus were touching in the center of my body. It was like fight or flight response.
It was fight or flight,
Yeah.
and that's what I was going to tell you. And I'm glad to get this on the record. First of all, I'm literally grateful for John for turning it around and like releasing the episode and not having hard feelings and just letting, because people really liked listening to it. It was uncomfortable, but they enjoyed it. So I'm still grateful to him.
Very polite. You're very polite. That's a very polite diplomatic.
And I'm running for office. But even more so, a millionfold, I'm grateful to you because I really froze. Like, I felt like I don't have osteoporosis, but I felt like I got full-blown osteoporosis. Like in my bones felt very brittle. I felt like you could have pushed me over very easily.
I remember by the time Brett Gelman came out, I could just see you just wanting to get the fuck off that stage, plowing through your interview. You're just like, yeah, where are you from? Okay, cool. Chicago? Right. And you live in New York? That's great. Okay, thanks so much. That's been the podcast.
Yeah, I wanted to run.
Where is the door?
And then
me and Gelman got in a fight, and you're like,
know.
oy vey, what's happening?
I didn't oy vey. I had a secret, and I think I've told you this. The first thing was that I was
Secret
so
relief.
grateful that you kept it going. You had a great line, which I've actually used since then because fans of the podcast know it and love it from that episode, which is my penis is inside my body right now, which is a great, great line. So you kept the laughs coming as all I was doing was crafting sincere apologies in a hangover haze. I was like, how can I express to you my sincerest and deepest regrets? And and then when you got in the mini beef with Gelman, and then Glazer sided with Gelman because I guess they're chums, and maybe also he just agreed. He just didn't think you should have made a
They're
joke.
good friends. I think they grew up together.
You made a joke in the middle of. See, I'm trying to get it over with. You're trying to keep it light.
Yeah.
Fucking Gelman is telling a personal story, and you did it. You made a joke. And then Gelman was like, "Don't interrupt me."
Yeah.
And then that was okay. I felt like, but then you got the intense eyes pointed at you of Glazer and Gelman, and they were really like, "How would you feel if someone interrupted you?" Like,
yeah.
And in my heart, I felt horrible But in my brain, I was like, at least this is another fire that's distracting from the fire I started.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
it's just one
I
big
jumped on a
fire.
grenade,
You
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You were a good soldier.
Yeah. No, that was fun. I think it was fun. It's fine now.
Of course it's fine. I've seen both of them.
Yeah, me and Gelman just did a movie together. We're tight.
That's right.
We are buddies now.
You did Flock of Dudes.
We did Flock of Dudes.
F-a-D's.
My friend kept forgetting what it was called, and he's like, "Hey, you still doing that movie, Bro Dudes Part 2?" The first one was too gnarly for the silver screen. We skipped straight to the sequel. Bro Dudes.
You know
Part
they were
2.
going to call Hot Tub Time Machine 2 Hot Tub Time Machine 3? That would have been so funny.
Really?
Because it would have been in the future. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. They go in the future. Or
That's
some, I don't know anything
No
about
one's
the
messed
script.
with the title of the sequel, like doing a joke on the number, since Naked Gun.
Since Naked Gun.
Yeah,
33 and a third.
33
and 2.5.
2.5.
And I remember someone sincerely being like, Katie's got to eat. See you, Katie. No, I know. Katie, right? Just a stupid joke. I remember someone sincerely saying to me, they were like, I love Naked Gun 2 and 2.5. Like, they thought the second one, they confused. Anyway, it's not worth talking about.